In this tutorial, we will explore the different stages of development for a startup. We will help you to understand what is meant by traction or readiness, and we will help you to identify where your business may sit in the startup process. Traction is a quantifiable demonstration that there is demand for your product or service. The best way to show traction is to demonstrate that you have customers using and paying for your product or service. It's even better if you have a sizable number of customers and if you can show that their number is growing. There are different metrics that you can use to show traction. This includes profitability, revenue, active and registered users. Active and registered users can provide an overview of your conversion rate, meaning the number of users who are exposed to your product or service who are actually buying it. At early stages of development, you may not have customers or a product built, so you may need to find other evidence that demand exists for your product or service. This evidence can be direct validation from your potential customers or any funding and competition wins your business has been previously awarded. Each and every startup journey is different, and they can feel erratic and non-linear. A startup proceeds via trial and error. It grows out by formulating assumptions, making them stronger with evidence from the market, or proving them wrong and building more solid ones. There are a number of great books and underlying methods that can help you to gain a better understanding of the startup journey. They can also help you to shape and define the method that can maximize your chances of success. A few examples are The Lean Startup by Eric Ries, The Hard Thing About the Hard Things by Ben Horowitz, 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, 4 Steps to Epiphany by Steve Blank. While these are all valuable sources of inspiration, in simple terms, you can look at the startup development as a journey that entails customer development and product development. The customer development is the way you discover and validate the demand for your solution. The product development is the process of building your solution. The customer development, maybe counterintuitively, starts first. At the beginning, you start with many assumptions on the problem, your potential customers, their needs, and the business model. By engaging with your potential customers, asking them questions about how they work, which pain points they experience, and being systematic at collecting data on their feedback and response, the customer development leads you to validate your hypothesis or dismiss them and start again. The customer development process helps you to de-risk the product development. By collecting evidence that the demand exists for your solution and for specific features within that solution, you go and build a minimum viable product. We will talk more extensively about the minimum viable product in an upcoming tutorial. You build a minimum viable product based on the validation you get from your potential customers and by asking them if what you built is useful and it solves at least part of their problem. The continuous iteration between customer development and product development shapes the startup journey. When presenting the current stage of your startup, you can do so by describing at which stage your customer development and your product development are. There are many ways you can do it. For customer development, you can present the degree of validation from your customers that can go from 1. Initial customer conversations. 2. Surveys or interviews results showing positive response to your proposed solution. 3. Letter of intent or pre-sales agreements, so evidence that your potential customers are committed to buy your solution once it is built. 4. Feedback from potential customers currently using your product or service or your minimum viable product. And up to an actual commercial contract signed with customers. For product development, you can consider different stages that can range from 1. An idea. 2. a design or paper prototype. 3. The alpha version, when you are testing your product or service within your team or close partners. 4. Beta version, when you are testing your product or service with external users. 5. Market ready, when your product or service has passed the customer testing and it is ready to be rolled out on a regular basis to other customers. The most important things to remember when presenting your traction are to show the best evidence you can collect that there is demand for your product or service, and to present the current stage of development for both your customer development and your product development.